Hello, this is Mr. Kinyanola, and I'm going to explain to you the unit circle. So before you get overwhelmed with this and all 66 of these blanks that your teacher will require you to be able to fill in, it's okay. We're going to go through this step by step, and don't look at this as, oh no, it's 66 blanks that I have to memorize. No, so if you follow along and you understand how we get these values, you won't have to memorize it, and you'll understand it and you'll figure it out, and your brain will be happier for it. So you'll need a few things. You'll need this piece of paper. If you're not in my class, just go on Google and type in unit circle and just find a worksheet that you could download and print. Next thing you'll need is a few colored pens or pencils or crayons. So I have 3 colors here. That this will help us to look at things and be able to differentiate what we're focusing on. And a highlighter or 2. So if you have a highlighter or 2 highlighters, or some other colored pens or pencils, that would be very helpful. All right, so the unit circle. The unit circle is a circle where its radius is 1 unit. That's why they call it the unit circle, because from the distance of this radius right here, okay, it's 1 unit. So let's just remind ourselves under this title, let's write radius is 1 unit. Okay, so that's going to help us get all of these values and understand how to get all of these values. So the radius is 1 unit, and this circle is sitting on a coordinate plane. Okay, so if you guys remember from algebra, it's on a coordinate plane right here. Here's your x-axis, here's your y-axis. And if we were to draw this unit circle right here, because the radius is only 1 unit, okay, so it would look something like this, but a little circular looking, more circle looking than mine, but that's how it is on the coordinate plane. So I'm going to take my highlighter and I'm going to highlight our x-axis, and hopefully you'll highlight your x-axis also. Remember, the x-axis is the horizontal line and the y-axis is the vertical line. So x is the sideways z's and the y is the ups and downs z's line. So, okay. I know you're saying, okay, but we still don't have any values. Okay, I'm getting there. Okay, so there are really 3 types of values that we have here. So I'm going to take my red pen, and this inner value, see these little degree symbols right here? Okay, this is going to represent, so all of these right here with the degree symbols are going to represent the rotation. So I'm going to write rotation here. So these are all your rotational values right there. So rotation. Okay, so all of these values right here, rotational values. This next one, okay, so these in the middle, okay, are our distance values. So I'm going to write distance. Okay, and this last one, these 2 values, okay, these will represent x and y values, but these are our location values. Okay, so location. Okay, so these are rotational values in degrees. Distance values, these will be in radians, which I'll talk about later on, and these are all location values. So let's zoom out a little. Okay, so still no values though, so we'll get there. Right here, if you guys remember, in our coordinate plane, right here where the x and y axis meet, that's called the origin. So let's just label that origin. And the origin's location, the x and y values are 0, 0. All right, so here's 0, 0. And remember, since this is the unit circle, the radius is 1 unit. Okay, so from the distance, so from here to here, this is 1 unit. Okay, so what's that location for this value right here? Well, we didn't go up we didn't go up vertically or down. We just went to the right. So here are our first two values, okay? So this is 1, comma 0, okay? And then if we go up to here, okay, and so we didn't move left or right, we're just moving up there. So this value right here, our location for this point is 0, 1. So if someone said, hey, where's your pen at? What's the location? And then you just say 0, 1, okay? The x coordinate and the y coordinates. And then if we go here, this location is -1, comma 0, and down here, this value would be 0, -1. What's the location of your pen? 0, -1. We didn't move left and right, we just went down 1 unit. So that location is -1. And then if we go back there. So there we go. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8 values so far. So we have 4 locations. Okay. Next thing is, let's get a couple rotations. So when we rotate, that means if we have this radius and we're rotating it around the circle, if we didn't rotate this radius at all, okay, I'm using my red pen. If we didn't rotate this radius at all, we would just put 0-degree rotation. Okay, so that's a 0-degree rotation. And then if we rotate it up to 0, 1, okay, how far did we rotate that? Well, this is a 90-degree angle. These lines, the x and y axis, are perpendicular. So this rotation from 0 to the 0, 1 is 90 degrees. Okay, and then if we rotate this radius an additional 90 degrees, okay, to -1, 0's location, that would be a total of 180-degree rotation from here all the way to here is 180 degrees. And then if we rotate it even more, an additional 90 degrees down here, this would be 270 degrees. And then if we rotate the radius one last time to go all the way around the circle to go to the starting point of 1, 0, this would be 360 degrees. Okay, so look at that. There's some more values, and those weren't too bad. So if someone asked you, hey, what's the rotational value of 0, 1? You say, hey, 90 degrees. If someone said, what's the location of a 180-degree rotation? -1, 0 is the location. Okay, and so forth. And so there you go. So there are some values. All right. And there is part 1 of the unit circle.